The celebration continues. This is our 1-year anniversary day, but now we're going to talk about GH next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, it is the GH report, the General Hospital After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV. It's our 1-year anniversary still. We're still celebrating from earlier.
We're hammered.
We're hammered. If you missed our show, we had Donnell Turner, Kathleen Gotti on. We had people calling in. We gave prizes away. It was a great time. You can tune in and you can watch that on AfterBuzz TV. But now we're going to talk the regular week that was on the GH Report. There's lots to talk about. But number one, Lexi Ainsworth isn't here at the moment. So I don't know. Maybe there's traffic issues or whatever. But if she does come in at some point, we will just slide her in and talk to her. Meanwhile, you're stuck with the three of us. We love Lexi, so hopefully everything's okay. I'm James Lott Jr. Of course, you can follow me at James Lott Jr., where all James Lott Jr.'s are sold. Thank you. That's right, Lexus for you. And next to me is my two folks over here. They're still kind of a form. They're a different form of Link because of the L, but they're not the same because I don't want Ladine getting crazy. Lacretia Lyon.
Hey guys, yeah, and Frank and I just don't have the same chemistry. But of course, you can find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one. And then me and Frank also host every after show.
I know.
Together.
That's right, we're contractually obligated to host every after show here together. And I'm Frank Moran. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie.
Yes, and I'm just happy to be with these two, of course, lovely people. And you can follow us on iTunes, Facebook, everything. Okay, look for General Hospital After Show, and there we be. And we're trying to get to 2,000 likes, Frank's favorites.
It's never going to happen.
And we're almost at 1,400.
Oh, great.
Where's your spirit,
I know. Come on, Frank.
We called this, 3-4 months ago?
Yeah.
Maybe even 5 to get to 2,000. Guys, it's slow go.
We've had a lot of people coming in, so it's been great. Lacretia, you look gorgeous, Taylor Jones says.
Oh, thank you, Taylor.
And of course, in our booth, our official now 4th member of the band, Alexis Torres.
Hello, everyone.
Hey!
Now, someone earlier said to me that my shirt's like the 6th member of the.
That's true.
It turns out,
true, though.
Alexis, I wore this shirt on the first episode,
You did.
and I didn't realize I did that. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I remember.
Because I need a new
I remember
wardrobe.
everything.
And thank you, folks, for making me and Donnell Jonelle.
Oh my God, it's so perfect.
They said
it.
I
Okay.
saw it on Twitter and I was like,
I'm in. I'm in.
I ship it so hard.
Oh, please! I'd ship it so hard too. That's another story.
That's why we need Matt Cohen in here.
It'd be her hot Dr. Priest. Hot Dr. Exactly.
Dr. Hot Priest.
Dr. Hot Priest.
Is how I always
Such a
refer
weird
to him.
title. Just Hot Dr. Priest.
Because when they made a joke about that this week, like Dr. Priest, like what are you? Like, it's just, I love that. I just love that. Okay, so I actually have Frank this time because him and Lucretia both are good at this kind of thing too. That we do the fun titles of this weekend. Let's get it started, Frank. Let's do it.
All right, I guess we're going to start off with Julian's trial goes as poorly as expected.
As expected is the key word.
Yes. I mean, the writing was on the wall for this thing just tanking. And it was just like agonizing just watching this just fall apart.
Almost like this chat roll. They're saying we're now Farisha from Cheryl,
Farisha.
and then Simran has said that I am like your liaison to their J Sam.
Oh, there you
Then
go.
we're gonna get the Twitter wars.
Here we go. Was it Facretia? What was the name again? Facretia? Was it?
Yeah.
Facretia. That's so funny. We're
So-
friends. Yes.
So, Olivia and Alexis, they have a talk, and I like how Olivia just kept on trying to harp, like, what were you doing? And I feel like Alexis is realizing that she knew she tanked on the stand, but she also feels like there was something happened to her.
Yeah.
So somebody spiked a drink, something did something to her to alter her. So it wasn't her drinking, it was her just somebody had done a little something to her.
I say that all the time, and it's always drinking.
No, you're right. Alexis started to figure out, like, something's wrong here. Something, but she didn't really voice it enough. But you could tell she was like, "Wait a minute, I'm now a little better. Now let me try this again." Or whatever. It was like, "No, bitch, it was too late. You done ruined it. It's too late." And then Sonny trying his best to get like, "Sonny, what are you going to? You going to add anything to it?"
Well, that was my thing. It's like, really, Sonny, you're a known mobster. Everyone on that jury knows, even though they had, 2 jurors that they just showed the back of their head for. Kind of cheap on the extras there, but it was just like, really, you think that this is going to help? And I do think it was Ava that drugged Alexis, but,
Didn't she at the end kind of have that look? I think it was her too. Because I keep forgetting who handed her the drink. I forgot. The coffee cup.
I don't remember. I just remember that sweet of her crushing
Yes,
it.
cussing it.
Yeah,
Like
and
a
I was like,
deal.
oh. I
You
can't
know,
remember who handed it to her.
So the dumb jurors all decided we're going to get off on all counts.
That just seems so crazy to me. Like, even, all right, so the evidence from the warrant was the address was wrong, so they had to throw out all of that stuff. But still, I mean, to find out, I mean, that they give him a pass on everything else just seems so crazy to me.
It's like, why couldn't they have... Lacretia asked the girls out today. Well, that was Cheryl. They're joining
But I'm
us.
super happy about it. Hell yes. Oh, wait, sorry. That was just for Frank. Sorry. That was just for Frank. Sorry.
That's right. So Paul put some in the water he gave her, so it's Paul who did it.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember who. Yeah, by saying Paul. Yeah, Paul handed the cup. I couldn't remember who handed the cup. Yeah, she's obviously sabotaged. I think she's kind of getting in, like Frank said, she's getting in. She's kind of figuring out something's up. But everybody getting him off on all those counts. Now he's out free. Now, Ava again has to tell your buddy Paul one more time. Remember, Frank, I thought of you, Frank. One more time. You got to tell him that I'm have something over you. Like, be careful, girl. He's kind of crazy.
Yeah, which I did like when they go over and they run into, like, well, first, Ava does not want to take Julian inside to see Paul while he's sitting inside there at the restaurant there. And when they do go in, he's just, I mean, Paul just says, like, yeah, it just so implies to Ava, like, you keep pushing me. Something's going to happen.
I know. Dumb jurors, I agree.
Yeah, what I really liked this week, and this may have been what helped the jury with Julian, even though they're probably not going to show it, is Julian and Paul both show remorse for their actions. The look on their face is not anything proud. Even when Julian got off, he was still like, how'd that happen? I mean, Julian's like, how'd that happen? I mean, yeah.
I feel like Julian isn't showing remorse for his actions, but he does feel remorse for how Alexis is being treated during this whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for that, I don't think Julian regrets at all killing Carlos, having Duke killed. He doesn't regret that.
Yeah, neither one of those, I don't think.
I think it's just what's been damaging him with Alexis. That is.
Yeah. Well, Ava said something really smart. She was like, no, when you tried to kill, like, that was the most you are. I mean, like, that's really you. You wanted to cover it up. Yeah. So you thought you had to kill Alexis. Like, that was you. You weren't somebody else. That was you. I disagree. I didn't see remorse in Julian, but I did see remorse in Paul. I see Paul's falling apart now.
Yeah,
Which we're going to talk about. So I'm like, because we're still, why the F? I don't even know why. Still don't get it either. Maybe we'll get answers next week. But I'm just like, I just see him kind of going. He didn't want to kill Sabrina for something. That was a complete, I think, just.
Well, only because he was going to expose her.
Yeah.
And so, certainly threw him off. Because I could see, like, somebody being able to compartmentalize, like, these people needed to die because for whatever kind of slight they did against Susan. But also then to bring Sabrina into the mix.
Yeah.
Because Elizabeth was, but he didn't have that kind of remorse with Elizabeth. But, he only pushed her down the stairs. But still, it was an attempted murder.
Yeah. But he did seem to feel bad that Julian got off, too. I think he wanted to get Julian. Remember, he wanted to get Julian.
Yeah.
That was his whole thing. I could see, and maybe it's just the acting talents of Richard Burton that he just really conveyed that he really wanted Julian to go to jail, but he had no choice.
Yeah, and that's what I really liked from Paul all week is, like, he was wrestling with so many different things. Like, he feels guilty about his part in Julian going free, and as well as Sabrina, because all the deaths up to then also were very low key, no pain. People died in their sleep. With Sabrina, he strangled her. It was very upfront, and she was someone who was innocent. Because I feel like this has a plan, and I think it may be tied to Helena or something, because I don't think Paul wants to do this. I feel that he feels compelled. At least that's how he's portraying it. But with Sabrina, like, you see him just falling apart.
Yeah,
he did not want to do that.
agree.
And with Elizabeth, I feel like he's like, she's fine. I mean, he
she
didn't,
lived.
he was just making sure she didn't see him, and it was sort of a thought of the moment, but the fact that she's fine, he's okay with it, and he knows that she didn't actually see him now.
But what the ironic part of that is, it may be when he pushed her, he'll get caught.
Yeah.
Because that's when they found the cufflinks in the shoes. So it's like, that little tiny act will come back to bite him, possibly. And I think that's really interesting.
But to see the great acting by Richard Burgi all this week about that, it's just like, man, I feel like the way they're setting up his character, it's like I don't see him being long on the show, which disappoints me because I feel like he's so talented
Someone
and
else
there is
brought
so
that
much
up.
potential that, there's more you could have done with that character, especially the way that he came on and the way they changed the directions with this character and had him be the hospital serial killer.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know if this is an original plan for when he came on the show, especially the way he came on shooting Sonny, which is, we talked about last week, is still not even come up yet.
Yeah.
I agree with you, right? Yes, I'm drinking out of the bottle because I'm still hot over Donnell's shirtless, and you didn't see it. You guys missed it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you could go inside James's mind, from now on, that is like a slow motion scene.
Oh, my God.
When
It
Donnell
was...
comes in.
Oh, it was beautiful. I don't know why I'm here talking to you guys about GH. I can just think about that for a second.
But to me, with Paul, it's like, at first I thought, oh, they're just trying to get him off the show. But at the same time, Paul can come back from this because of the way that Richard Burgi is portraying it. And that may be the way they're writing it. Is he's someone who obviously seems to, this has something to do with Susan, whether it be Helena or, you know, whatever nefarious deed. He doesn't seem to be someone who wants to do this. It's just like, I mean, if we have characters like Julian and Sonny still on the show, Paul isn't far off from them, or even Ava. I mean, the thing is yes, killing Sabrina was dark, but he obviously has an issue with that. He's not going around town thinking he's the greatest. He is like, seriously, that was horrible. I can't believe I did it.
But it'd be interesting to see what, because like with Sonny, Ava, Julian, I mean, they're all mobsters, even though, or like Julian has his, and Ava have like their art gallery or the publishing empire to kind of be there. But like Paul, I mean, he's a DA, he's a lawyer. I mean, he gets involved in this thing, he gets caught. I mean, he's going to be at least disbarred. He's not going to be a DA anymore. So for him to come back on the show, like what, he doesn't have anything to fall back on. So to speak. It's not like he's like, I'm a mobster, so I can just fall back in that. So it's not a big deal.
Well, here's the thing. So, I mean, Karen brings up a good point. Monica remembering the cologne was significant also. Paul shot Sonny. So, I mean, that's still out there too. Folks are just having sympathy for Julian. They still have. I know I'm having a hard time having sympathy for Julian too. I mean, I've said this last week too. I mean, when Frank and I were here, I feel like they ruined his character for me. I like really just ruined. And I like William DeVry. I wouldn't. Let's come back to Bold and the Beautiful. No, but he's ruined for me in so many different ways because, like you just said, he has so much potential for everything else.
Well, because, and here's my thing, is this is the only part where they went wrong with Julian. Him killing Carlos, him setting up Duke, that was all fine in the confines of mob. The only thing that we can't explain, and I don't agree with, was trying to kill Alexis. And to me, that is what he's wrestling with. And that's where I can kind of see it. And also because William DeVry is doing such a good job of being like, he's even kind of upset that Ava wants him out there and in these people's faces because he knows what he did was wrong. And he wants to make up with Alexis. And that's why I thought with the seeing Carlos and all these things that they would at least kind of try to explain that he was insane, but I don't know where they're going. I
don't know where they're going either, so I'll be curious to see how they go with that.
But the fact that Julian could sit inside Ruby's and tell Ava, like, oh yeah, I gotta, it's gonna be tough getting back to Alexis, but like that's even on the table. Like, it's like, come on.
He's crazy.
And you have to mention, you can't leave out Crazy Morgan. Had a chance to punch him or whatever, push him or whatever, of course. Man. He's angry.
Well, we'll get to Morgan in a second.
We'll get to Morgan. I had mentioned because he did have the little moment with him, so I thought it was kind of funny. I thought of you also on that one.
But the other thing, too, is that there's like so much difference. People try to make such a distinction, at least Julian does, between him and Sonny. And it's like, but at least, for whatever you might think of Sonny, at least he went to jail for his actions.
He did.
And Julian is not. So, I mean, right there, I feel like that is a dividing line between those two characters. Sonny owned up to what he did.
Julian can still be a mobster, but I don't see him and Alexis getting back together. Well, he should have previewed for next week, and he's talking to Nina, so something's going on there. She's like, "Are you threatening me?" That was the preview. I was like, "Oh, what's going on there?"
Yeah, I mean, they do have chemistry, and
see, Frank's not feeling it.
No, I feel like Julian is just so arrogant now, and it's like, oh man, whatever. Okay.
Oh my god, but I wouldn't mind seeing Julian and Nina together. I said it before. I don't mind seeing them together, but well,
they're both pretty people.
Yes, they are. We'll see that. So
but it's so tough when you get at least for the soaps, I feel like, with characters that are contract players, and they're in opposition to each other. So you've got Julian, you've got Sonny, two gang members there, or two heads of their organizations. The show's got to make a choice then. Are you going to really push it to the point where one has to get rid of the other? Because if not, then it just feels like the conflict loses its edge, because it's just like you can keep talking about like, oh, well, let's play through the ramifications of our actions. But if they just constantly just kind of make threats and never act on them or try to eliminate one another, then I feel like that whole kind of tension just really kind of doesn't have any meaning at all.
Okay, I'll bring it up. Julian did go to prison.
Yes,
for a
he
minute.
did.
But he broke out with Sonny. Yeah, he did. We did. There was that.
Yeah, because Julian went to prison, what was it, for Anthony Zacchara's death. It wasn't even something he actually did.
No, he didn't do it.
And the thing is that was when Sonny was in jail for the murder of AJ, which he's still, I mean, as bad as that was, that's something that should have had long-lasting ramifications that aren't there. And that's really my issue. And Sonny doesn't feel bad about that. Julian at least feels bad about where Alexis is concerned, but with the other two, that was mob war. That's different. But Sonny killed AJ, who may be a drunk, but was an innocent person, and his son's father. So that's the thing, is like, I still don't see that Sonny is any better just because, especially him and Carly both, for the way that AJ was treated. And I'll just bring up AJ every time anything's brought up.
Well, they said if Sonny can manage to killing AJ, a legacy character is Julie can stay.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing, is AJ Quartermaine certainly means a lot more to the canvas.
Yeah, that's true. They can do it.
I feel like, and this is another reason why the mobster storylines and soap operas, I feel, don't always mix well, because you can't. You feel like the ramifications of a mobster's actions is they're going to eventually get caught at some point and be put to jail. But to put a character in jail, that's just like, you can't really do that long term for a real stint for a soap opera, because it's like you're a popular character, you want them back in and interacting with everybody else on the campus. So you can have them in there for a little bit, but then you got to come up with some kind of story device to be able to get them out of there quickly.
I agree. I agree with that.
So that makes it kind of frustrating.
I'm just like, well, he's off. Alexis is falling apart. I guess I liked your scene where she was at the bar going over the case herself, kind of like in her brain, like, you do this, and I'm like, I just thought that's the thing Alexis would do. I'll give you. I mean, they're all acting their asses off. I mean, they're all acting. I mean, Nancy Lee Grund, they're all acting their asses off. They're working it out.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I think they ruined Julie, and that's just me.
No, I would agree with you on that. I guess we're talking about other people that got a little ruined this week. Joe goes to pick up Teddy and gets a punch in his face.
Morgan! Oh. Your buddy Morgan again, having it out.
Man, everything that I did not want to happen with the storyline, it's just everything. It's like, great, why do we need to see this again, please?
Yes. But I did like that they went that direction. There was no custody battle. I'm glad that Michael, because he knew what it was like to have that growing up.
There you go. For a man who loves history, I know that's
it was very much rooted in history. And I thought they can go in two different ways. They can either go one way where he does take the Teddy in and raises him like Jason did at first and then Sonny with him. I thought, okay, that's one way he could go. And becomes a single father and does that. But I'm glad they went the other direction, because he knows that you don't want to go through a custody battle. It will not help any. And that is his blood relative. And it really is.
Yeah.
So I kind of like they just wrapped that all up and just said, okay, here we go.
Yeah, I kind of am disappointed that probably means that we won't see Dr. Joe again, but I did like the way that it was handled, especially from Michael. And then Tracy just immediately supported Michael. That, too, helped. Is like, she was just there and was like, you know what, I do get it, too. Let's do this. There wasn't some big blow up with her as well, because I know she's the one who initially had custody of Teddy.
Yeah.
So I liked that for them, because it's like, okay, this prevents a storyline that could get a little heated, and I was kind of hoping it might give Tracy a man in her life. Like,
yes.
I know how she loves her Joes, but
yeah, so her John really Joe something other. I wish. Well, anyway, it's kind of weird. Cheryl brought up in here, why would Joe leave before the funeral? Like, he should have stayed. That whole scene should have happened afterwards. He should have came in, talked to him. I'm the only living relative. And then after the funeral, they had that whole just exchange. Like, I mean, he should have been there for Sabrina's funeral. I think he should have been there. Again, you know how I feel, folks, about weddings and funerals and things like that, but the people should be there. And Emma should have been there. Brooklyn Ray Sizzle would have done a great job being upset about Sabrina. She should have been there at least. It just bugs the crap out of me when they have these things and they don't fully. They mentioned it. They mentioned Emma. Well, Elizabeth did mention it. And that was kind of a nice touch, but I think she's a great little actress. She could work it out. I mean, if I can see her, I'm happy. But I just think they could have done. Joe should have stayed for the funeral.
Well, this is another one of those things where I think, what is the storyline I'd rather see more? Do I want to see baby Teddy just all of a sudden just disappear? Like, Joe was just brought on just as a way to get Teddy out of there?
Wow.
Or would we want to see what we've talked about there is Michael raising a child that's not his own?
Yeah.
And so why even introduce Joe into the canvas? Because it feels like the only reason he was put on there was that they knew Sabrina was going to die. This is a good way to get Teddy off there, and so Michael doesn't have to raise a child. But wouldn't I rather see Michael experiencing that same thing that Jason did, is raising a child right that's not his own?
Yeah. I know. That's what I would have liked to see, because it would be very similar to Jason with him. And baby Teddy was just so adorable. And to me,
it's a cute little baby.
The Quartermaines, especially Tracy, wanted to be there and support this baby. So I'm kind of like, it seems odd that they just wrapped it up, but who knows? It may come back.
Yeah. Folks in the chat room, I agree with you. Juan should have came back for one day and did it for a funeral. They should have brought him back. Michael Salcedo, who, of course, he was married to Becky Herbst in real life. He should have came on for a second. Yes. I miss Brooklyn Ray Silver, too. I miss her, too. I wish she was on there. Kristina and Molly should have been at the funeral. Should they have been at the funeral for Sabrina?
I don't yeah, they weren't really her friends. I did think it was odd that Dylan wasn't there.
Yeah, Dylan should have been there.
With Tracy, but Paul was there instead.
Yeah.
I mean, which kind of made it interesting.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
feel like that was the thing, is Paul went because Dylan couldn't.
Right.
Maybe he had to work, so I was okay with that.
Oh, they're thinking maybe.
Yeah.
They're thinking maybe Kristina and Molly because they're brother and cousin to Michael, because Dante was there, obviously.
Yeah, and it was so odd that Dante just sat there, like, off in the corner, like, by Felix, instead of next to Michael. I'm like, I get, placing Jason next to Michael. That makes the most sense, but why is Dante over there?
I know.
And Lulu's still out getting food.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let me start on that. It says, hey, handsome, this is J.A. Hey, handsome James, smart Frank, and spunky Lacretia.
Oh,
I got handsome. What can I take that?
Look at that, yeah.
spunky.
So, but, I mean, it was kind of cool that Lulu came over, and because she is his cousin.
Yeah.
And also sister-in-law, that weird family stuff going on there. And she had the family. That was kind of cool. I like when you start bringing people together for family things. You see people that are related that come together.
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
Lulu is close with Michael.
Yeah.
They've all. I mean, Michael stayed with Lulu and Dante for one point, so that made sense. I mean, even more so than Molly and Kristina, because while Christina's his sister and Molly, is close with Michael too, they really have their own sort of side of the family with Alexis.
Oh, she's gonna, okay, perfect.
And that's the thing, is like even though they should have been there, it was a small funeral, so I'm like, okay, it wasn't as odd as Lulu not being there.
Yeah, but it's still, but we're not even talking about the funeral really yet, but just the what were we talking about a second ago? There's a yes! Oh my God, yay! Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hold on a second. Hi, girl, come on in. No, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're here.
And the 10 is horrible.
Nice to meet you. Come on in.
Old fans for readjustment.
There you go. All right. We got
Yay, she's
there we
here.
go, gentlemen. There you go. Lexi Ainsworth, everybody. Big round of applause.
All right.
tall chair.
I know. I can help you in. And that's Lacretia and Frank.
Hey.
We told folks that we're going to just squeeze you in. If you get in here, we'll squeeze you in. She's here. She put the headphones on.
Okay.
And Alexis will be letting us know if she can hear you or not.
Go ahead and get real close to the mic for me.
All right.
Oh, that's this way.
Yeah, just go
Oh,
closer
it's
to James. He
me,
won't
that's
be.
cute.
He won't bite
Get
down, I
it.
promise.
I bite when asked.
Yes.
So come this way to me. I'll just get her over.
Scoot over just a
There you
little
go.
bit. There you go.
So, like,
Happy to have you.
Yay! You're so cute. We're glad you're here. Everybody's happy to see you in the chat room. Lexi, she's here. She's here, ladies and gentlemen. Kristina Davis is right here.
Hello.
Right here, Lexi Ainsworth.
Hi.
My God, welcome to our show. We were just talking about the week that was, and we're just going to ask you some your opinions on some of the actors and stuff that work on the show with you, and some of these storylines.
Okay.
Because we talked about your mother, of course, on the show.
Yeah.
How's it like working with Nancy Legrand?
Nancy's hilarious. There's never a dull moment with Nancy. But she's also super supportive. If you have anything that you need, she's there for you.
Yeah.
So she's like my second mom.
Yeah. Because you worked twice with her now at this point. You worked before. I'm glad you came back. The other girl was nice. But you're Kristina.
Aww.
So I'm glad when you came back, we were like, bring her back. We want to see you guys grow up on the show, kind of.
I feel like I did a little bit. I mean, I booked the role the same day that I got my driver's license. So I was 16. Now
Wow.
I'm going to be 24.
20-something.
20-something next month,
Wow.
and it's crazy how time flies. But like going back, I've been on the show, I guess, a year now since I've been back.
Okay, yeah.
It's like not much has changed, which I like. Like I was a little bit nervous going back into it.
Well, I'm sure.
But yeah, I mean,
All right, so
Frank
for you,
is awesome. Yeah.
what's the difference between doing a scene with Nancy and doing a scene with Maurice?
Oh, how funny. That's a good question.
That is a good question. They're totally different.
Right.
I mean, so it's like, where do I start? They totally have different techniques with acting. So Maurice and I think work on it talk about it a little bit more. Nancy and I are more like a little bit more improv style, a little bit looser.
Okay.
Which I think both work depending on the scene. So, but they're completely different methods. I can't say one's better than the other because I like them both for different reasons.
But they're so varied. They're just very different methods.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you play like a good daughter of Sonny.
Yes, I'm very loyal.
Yeah.
Family is very important to me. In my real life, but on the show, we're talking about the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
You told the show. Well, what about in real life? How's it going?
Like it's good. Yeah. But
Do you have any sisters in real life?
yeah, I have two. I have a half sister and a full sister.
All right. So the Davis sister scenes,
Yes.
they just feel very natural to you.
Yeah. I think, especially because I was on the show for a while previously, so I think going back into it was super easy just because we had that relationship for so many years, and it is like a big family. I see why people stay on the show for such a long time, because you end up, you're working 5 days a week with these people and for hours, and you're sharing stories and getting emotional with them. So you really do develop a strong relationship with the people on the show. So.
People love Davis Girls. J.A. says, I remember when she had scenes with the goddess Sky Quartermaine. So you had Robin Christopher back in the day. Do you remember any of those? Do you remember any of those?
Vaguely.
Yeah, because it was a long time ago. Yeah.
It
was a long time ago.
I've been pretty fortunate. I got to work with a lot of cool people who aren't on the show anymore. So I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah, like Nathan Parsons. I was so mad they didn't put you guys together.
I know. It's so funny though, because they thought he was so much older than he actually was. I think it was the beard. No, and I looked a lot.
Younger.
I still look a lot younger than I actually am, and so I think that there was like an issue with that, but.
That's like you do have a baby face. Has that been a problem for you on the show? For them saying we want to make her do really good adult things. You're getting adult stuff now. What was that like now?
Yeah. I think it's always an advantage to look younger. But this is like the first show that I've actually played my own age.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I usually play like 16. 16 at the youngest, 16 to like 21. Like if I do my hair and makeup right, like I can look older. But yeah, like right now, I probably look like I'm 16.
It's the weekend. She came out on a Sunday. It's the weekend. It's like the weekend.
So,
People are saying great chemistry between Molly, Sam, and Kristina. Yes, the Davis Girls are just like, we love them. We love that whole
girl
dynamic.
power,
Well, the other girl power girl everybody loving right now is the Parker
Speaking
Kristina.
Yeah.
I've been watching your dialogue and scenes very closely as a member of that community. So I wanted to really watch it, and I think it's really realistic.
Good.
Your conversations with Morgan and Michael, it's just very realistic.
Okay, good.
When you
always the
decided to
goal.
come back on the show, did they tell you right away that that's the idea that they wanted to take Kristina in?
No. It wasn't until like a couple months into being back, Frank came up to me and asked if I was comfortable with doing the storyline, and I was like, yes, I really want to do this.
Yeah. Ashley Jones is amazing, first of all.
She's a great actress. She's awesome to work with. I'm very fortunate to be given the storyline. I think it's really cool. I've never done anything like this before, except kind of ironically though, like I did a music video for my friend, and I actually was playing a lesbian in that. And then a couple of weeks after that, he asked me, but he hadn't seen it yet, so it was kind of like that thing, putting it out into the universe. Yeah.
Well, folks just say you're so real. Your relationship is so real. It seems so real. I agree. It just seems so real. And because you're younger, of course you'd have a semi-crush with this older woman. It's your first time. You're trying to figure it out.
The professor, there's kind of like that forbidden thing about it.
I actually hope they make you bi. That's just my thing.
Yeah. But I like that they're drawing it out to where she's figuring it out, because I feel like it's not. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but like it is. When you're just trying to figure yourself out and know what you like and what you don't like, and that takes time getting to know yourself.
I agree with that. And John DeLuca. Hot, and hotter.
Love triangle.
Where'd he come from? He's hot. Who is he? Like, where'd he come from?
I don't know where he came from.
He is so good looking. It's just amazing. Like, who is he? And he can act, of course, too. But it's like, just where'd he come from? And your scenes are great together.
Yeah, I mean,
we're like rooting for that too.
I know. I get the best of both worlds. I just kind of wish like we could somehow work in like a 3-way relationship. Like, that would be an interesting twist. Like if we just brought him into the mix.
I don't think they've done 3-ways on soaps yet. That'd be a new one.
Yeah, not yet.
I don't know if that's daytime. Is that daytime?
I think it's HBO, girl. I think that's HBO. I think that's Hulu or so. I don't know if that's anything.
That's cable.
But you're doing doing a great job. Everybody agrees you're doing such a great job on the show, and I'm so glad that you were my Kristina. Like I said, no offense to the other girl who was on there, but you were Kristina to me because you just seem like to have the great chemistry between Laura Wright and Maurice Bernard, and just and Brian Craig's leaving. How do you feel about that, your buddy?
I'm sad. I know.
Because Kristina and Morgan have their own kind of, you're the screw up, no, I'm the screw up, you're the screw up, no, I'm the screw up of the family.
Yeah, there was that great relationship. Because before on the show, he was, Brian wasn't on the show before, but I actually knew him before I came back through mutual friends, so I was excited to get to work with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like before on the show, we didn't really have, it was more me and Michael. And and I kind of liked the relationship they were building with Kristina and Morgan.
Yeah.
But...
okay, so Lacretia is saying, was Reese bi on AMC?
Because I remember she was into Zach. So yeah, they've had some bisexual characters, but no actual three-way. Because Bianca wasn't into that.
Yeah, Bianca. Oh, Bianca! I'm a big Ian Regal fan, so I love that. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to continue. We're going to talk to her a little more, of course. We're going to continue a little more of the story. We're going to get through the storylines, and we're going to ask her some opinions on some stuff with the storyline. So, Frank, what's the next one?
Well, I guess as we're talking about Brian Craig. Let's talk a little bit about Morgan and his scenes this week. Struggling, trying to control his impulses.
Yes.
Even though his medication's been altered by Ava.
I don't like that part of storyline, actually.
I don't either. I mean, I love Ava, and this is really one of the times where I'm like, okay, even I can't be behind you, girl.
I know. I feel bad for Morgan because he really wants to get his life together, and now someone's screwing with it, with the drugs. And he feels manic or whatever. Yeah. Feels manic. And so, but I love the scenes with him and Maurice.
But what was frustrating about that, because I had I enjoyed that scene, and where they're kind of playing through the ramifications that even with, given their bipolar disorder, they have to take that extra step to be kind of run through all the possible issues before they just jump off the handle. So to have that really connected scene, and then all of a sudden, the next scene, we just throw it away, and he just goes and attacks Julian. I'm like,
I know.
Why did we even have this scene then? It's like, okay, great, cool.
I know, because I really do think that Maurice and Brian are doing a great job with the bipolar stuff, of course, and their scenes together are always really good. I mean, they're always really good together. But I agree, the next scene he's attacking Julian.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason.
Keep you on your toes.
Keep you on your toes, I guess. I mean, Morgan does play angry really well, manic really well. And Brian does a great job doing that.
Yeah, that's why he won the Emmy. He did his research. As my family says, he's just like Jared.
I think next year he may be up for another Emmy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's doing some incredible work recently. I mean, but you've done incredible work too this year too. I wouldn't be surprised if you're up for an Emmy too, girl. Some good stuff. Oh my God! Some of your scenes with Nancy Grahn, I was like, if my daughter talked to me like that, I'd be coming, I'd slap her.
She's getting a little bit sassier these days.
But I really enjoyed the scene that you had with Maurice after he found you and Parker, and then you had that talking in the hotel room. I thought that was a really nice. Just nobody was, nobody was called away like they so often do on soaps. Like, oh, I have to leave. It was great that you could actually deal with it all in that room.
Yeah, it's just yeah. You have some
really liked that scene.
Some great scenes. All right, so I guess he's still kind of going off a little bit because of the meds. I think it's all because of the meds.
Please, let's just get this. I just want to fast forward through the storyline. Please, let's find out that Ava's behind it all, and let's just see what happens.
And get her.
Next. Yes.
And get her.
The next one we got Finn got a tie from his wife, and he got her a deadly virus.
That tie. Yes. The Eagles MC squared too. Actually, I think Michael's doing a great job talking about. We don't know the wife; she's off camera. We never knew who she was. But I felt for him this week.
Yeah, I really liked that scene, and the tie to me was actually sort of cute, and it sort of fit the him and Hayden thing as well. I thought that it was kind of goofy, but it really worked for the character.
Yeah. Rebecca Budig is just so good in every scene to me that she's in. I'm trying to remember, have you guys worked together yet? No, I don't think so.
No.
She's Kristina, come on.
Yeah, and I don't have any scenes with Kiki either.
But Haley Aaron, no?
That is weird.
That is weird.
And we're like the same age. I'm like, wow, how's this
We love her. She's been on our show too. We love her. I mean,
she's awesome.
That's why you haven't had any scenes together.
And I think I made a joke about Kristina and Kiki should hook up because Kiki's already had
I told Haley that, and she was like, well, that's not my
idea. She's a cutie. You guys get to see that at home, some Haley and Kiki.
What do we think about that?
Yes. Kiki and Kristina. They're just all K's. It's all just K's.
And then it'd have to be Dante. She has to go through all the Corinthos.
That's right. She was with Michael and Morgan.
Yep.
Oh,
that's why I was
hilarious.
like, Kristina's next.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then there are people out there that are like, well, Kristina and Michael, they're not blood related.
No!
I don't know about that.
No! guys are brother and sister. I
Yeah,
can see.
We were raised brother and sister,
Yes.
no matter what.
Yes.
Like, blood related or not.
Yes. Jay
What's the
says,
flash?
Kristina coming out and dealing with her love life has been amazing. I think Lexi will be totally up for an Emmy. Jay says.
Thank you.
Yeah, Haley's great. No, not you and Michael. No, get out of my brain. No. You guys are raised.
I didn't mean to plant that.
If you're raised together, you and Chad Duo probably would be cute together or whatever on the show. But no, you guys are brother and sister. They're all Kristina and Parker have my heart. Now they have Creaky for days. Creaky, because Kristina. Creaky.
That's actually.
Creaky.
That sounds like a nickname I used to have.
Yeah, I was like Creaky. They're all
How'd you get that nickname?
My name's Lacretia, and it's really hard for people to
I
say.
see,
So they're
okay.
like creepy, creashy. Like that's why I was like, oh, creaky. That
better
sounds
than
close.
creepy.
Yeah.
So I guess him and Hayden had a cute little moment, and that's good. That's good.
Well, so now when you're working, after you finish your scenes, do you usually just hang out back in your dressing rooms, or do you all like watch somebody else doing their scenes just to watch them do their work?
It depends. Like, we'll hang out in the green room. We'll hang out in each other's dressing rooms. I spend a lot of time in hair and makeup, just because that's like where most of the people are, and so it's kind of like the hangout room. So hair and makeup I'd say is where I spend most of my time. Especially when I was on the show previously, when I was still having to do set school. That's where I would hide from my teacher.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh,
I'd be like, I needed to get a touch up from makeup or something. Just avoid school at all costs.
Well, the makeup people have all the good stories.
They do. They get everything, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have all the stuff that happens in the makeup. They hear everything. They do.
I know, and Taylor Jones keeps bringing it up. So I'll say that you were really amazing in A Girl Like Her with Hunter King from Y&R.
Yeah, isn't that crazy that we worked together? Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just ran into her at a soap event recently. But yeah.
You guys are all kind of related on some level. I mean, all the girls around the pipe is on the same age, doing soaps and other stuff. Do you do auditioning for other things?
Yeah,
Some?
I do.
And do you run into people that you know in auditions sometimes, or no?
Yeah,
You don't.
I do,
Yeah,
yeah.
so you do sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's just a small world. Everybody's, same pool they're coming from.
Yeah, it is.
sure.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are doing it, but when you've been doing it for so many years, you run into a
same
lot
people.
of the same people.
Yeah, so next storyline.
Oh, well, I want to get the other one that really excited me here.
Yes.
Claudette as a kid. Guess what, Nathan? It's yours.
Where did that come from?
That's what's killing me about sometimes the storytelling at GH. It's where if you're so worried about your child and this creepy dude that you work for that is stalking you out through the internet, why isn't that the first thing that you say when you come into
Back to
town?
town. Yes.
You sit there for
he
months.
said it. Nathan said that. Nathan was like, "Wait a minute. Why are you telling me this now?" Like it was like, "Hello."
I really loved the chemistry with Nathan and Claudette, though, I will say. And it was so funny when she brought Dr. Ulbrich in to talk about it.
Dr. O.
Because she was at first like, does the child have an aptitude for science? I love that. Like, this can't be Nathan's kid. And Maxie's calling it too. I kind of hope it is.
Oh,
Just
really?
because I feel like this is going to give Nathan better story, and I feel like Claudette coming in is, much better for him.
Agree.
Yeah.
We've had Ryan on the show.
Okay.
And what we found out about Ryan was that, first of all, he's funny in real life.
Yeah.
He's super funny, but very smart. And also
surprised.
Don't just say that it's self.
He's so pretty.
No,
He doesn't
he's
have to
he's so
be.
pretty, and because even he joked in the show, he was called RoboCop because of his acting in the beginning, and he made jokes about that. And like, yeah, we saw that he's so much more that now we're wishing he had more storyline that was more to him. Because he's so.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Now, because we see him on TV, we don't really know. But we meet him in person, we're like, oh, you're really funny, and you have a brain, and all of a sudden, you're not just good looking, you're all these things. Now we're saying we wish he had like a storyline that's really meatier, because we know he can do it.
And that's what I'm seeing with this. I'm like, this is meaty stuff.
Yeah, it is meaty stuff.
Okay, give him a kid. And
Yeah.
how's that going to work with him and Maxie? And it's going to push her and Griffin closer together.
Oh,
It really is sort of an umbrella thing. So whoever this kid is, I mean, I do kind of hope it's Nathan.
It's a cute little kid. They showed a picture.
She's adorable.
But I felt like Claudette's delivery of her lines when Nathan and Maxie go there and Obrick's already there are just so snarky. It's like, if you're trying to get Nathan to protect your child, like, is this snarkiness the best way to ingratiate him to your side?
It's like,
Probably
yeah.
not.
It's like, yeah, sure, why not?
I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
Guys love bitches. Come on.
Right. She's Brie Williamson. We love her. So, sure, why not? Why not? So, I don't know. I was kind of like, where does this kid come from? But I am interested to see where it goes in terms of storyline for Ryan in real life. I want to see where it goes with that. I want a nice, meaty storyline.
Would you rather have it be Nathan's or Griffin's son?
Good question. She said Nathan. I want to be Griffin's.
Well, okay, so then he's father,
Yes,
doctor.
exactly. Just for you. Just for you. He's a father, and he's a father, and he's a doctor. You go on, Griffin.
So Dr. Hot Priest Daddy?
There you go.
Okay, now
There
we got
you
another
go.
name for him.
Well, we love Matt Cohen, so and he's busy right now doing all kinds of stuff too these days.
Yeah,
we're
yes.
trying to get him on the show.
Beyond Borders, playing Gary Sinise's son.
Yes.
Yeah, big role.
Yes, and we try to get him on. He wants to come on the show, but he's been so busy working. Like it's Academy, like, oh my God.
Well, that's good.
That's good for him. Any actor that's working, we like when you're working.
Yes.
This business is not easy, is it? Whew, it is not easy.
Well, speaking of Griffin, let's just talk about as he was playing the father part of his father doctor role,
Yes.
at Sabrina's funeral, where he basically, I felt like bad for that priest because he was just relegated to sitting in that chair during the entire ceremony, and Griffin just ran through the whole thing. Like, all right.
Here's a little side note. This week on Bold and the Beautiful, Perez Hilton was brought on as a reverend to marry two of the main characters, Eric and Quinn. I was like, that's Perez Hilton. It was like totally bizarre. Of all people, he had a suit on and everything. I was like, interesting stunt casting.
Well, speaking of suits, how good did Dr. Hot Priest look in that suit,
She loves
guys?
Matt Cohen. She loves his character.
He's a good-looking guy.
He's a good looking guy.
I appreciate him.
Yeah.
He pulled off blue just like Rick Hurst. I was like,
Yes.
let's go back to Sonny's wedding.
Yeah, no, he did look good. I will say that I did cry when Felix was talking. I kind of got a little teary-eyed when Epiphany sang the song at the end, which is their song from Nurse's Ball, "You're Not Alone Anymore." So I love that song.
Yeah,
actually.
that was good.
Other than that, I mean, I wasn't invested in Sabrina, but I forgot that Sabrina brought Lucy to town
Yeah.
for Nurse's Ball. I totally forgot that was her and Felix who brought her to town.
I really liked Lucy's part in that, and that made so much sense to bring her there. And Felix, oh man, that was really good. I hope they give Mark Samuel a little bit more work.
He killed my heart when she found she died. They did the flashbacks a couple weeks ago, and then this I was like, he's playing that BFF who's just like lost his best friend. I mean, it's just. He's doing it so naturally, and I guess they must have been friends off camera too. Because you can just kind of tell that he's like saying goodbye both ways to me. It's like really sad. They said you should have been at the funeral, but you guys weren't there.
Yeah.
You and Molly weren't there, so you guys were do something else.
Well, we never really had scenes with
That's what we're saying. With them, yeah.
So-
But that's what she said. You know, any scenes with Sabrina, so.
It's like, I'm not going to the funeral.
Sorry, Michael, I don't know your girlfriend.
He's like, I don't know her. I don't know her about her life. Yeah.
I don't know. It was so rough because they kept the feeling, trying to make you feel sorry for Michael, that the situation that he's going through. I
didn't feel it either.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
still
feel
can't.
it.
I was like, sorry, Michael. I just never saw between you and Sabrina, so it's just so
Same
hard.
here. I felt it more with everybody else. When Liz came in, I felt it with her. I mean, I felt it with all the other characters because they really fleshed that out. I mean, it would have been different if they brought in, like I said, Emma came back because they were building because of Patrick. She was with Patrick. I almost forgot about Gabriel, that she's going to be buried with her son.
Yeah.
I forgot about that for a second, and that made me sad for a little bit too. I was like, oh, we reunited with her son, so to speak. I didn't even think about that at first.
Yeah, I was glad that they brought that up. But yeah, I agree that I think because so much of her and Michael's relationship was off screen, it was hard to believe. But everybody else was like really made sense. And I love that Franco did bring Elizabeth.
Yeah,
and
me
then,
too.
She brought up Emma and Patrick. And I was like, that was good.
I agree with that too. It was good. So she had a better funeral than some people get on shows, so I'll give it to her.
Yeah, and now do we
little-
like the little brief butting of heads between Michael and Carly regarding Sabrina?
To me, that was unnecessary.
To me, it's just like if you were gonna do it, drag it out. Because I mean, to be honest, Michael still shouldn't even be talking to Charlie and Sonny.
AJ.
I will never get over it. It's like the cancellation of Firefly with me. It's never gonna go away. But
Whoa, why would you bring that up?
I know. Sorry, Lex.
She did it. She did it. Exactly.
Now I'm gonna go cry for 2 hours.
She didn't say Buffy, which is my show. I'm like,
why?
I know. I'm like,
Stop it.
It ended on May 20th, 19. No.
You're killing me. That's it. I'm leaving it on the white. Deal with
I'm
it.
leaving it on. I know totally. What as you were saying?
Yeah, because to me, it's just like Carly was so crappy about Sabrina, and since I wasn't here last week, I so wanted to rant about. It's like, okay, Carly, the reason you have issues with her is because she's actually a decent human being, and that's something you will never ever be. It's like she wanted him to be, it's like Kiki's great. It's like, well, Kiki's had sex with both of your sons, and I like Kiki, and she's improved, but it's still like Kiki is not that great. I mean, Sabrina may be boring, but at least she was a good person and really tried. And then her to bring up all this stuff with Carlos, I was just like, Carly, sit down.
Sit down. Well, was it Tracy who said to her, like, wait a minute, didn't you come to town going after your stepfather? I'm like, yeah. Late Dr. Tony Jones. Yeah, that was a long time ago. They're all, Cardi deserves Worst Mom Award. Well, see, I like Laura Wright. She does such a good job.
I love Laura Wright.
Just such a good job.
She sells the narcissism so well. And I'm like, this is so fun.
And to me, she looks even better now than she has ever has.
Yeah.
She looks so good these days. And they're styling her hair great. And just like, I love her. We're going to get on the show soon because I love her. I think she should be on the show too because she's great.
Oh, you think she should be on the GH Report?
You hear that? You hear that, Laura Wright? And bring your wine with you too.
Oh, I know. And Nathan Fillion. I know your friends.
I heard it's good. Bring the wine too. We're not here. And then any other quick things?
Well, I guess we'll talk about like GH closes and Paul's feeling the guilt.
Yeah, and the last scene with Elizabeth was great. Because that was a legacy thing.
Yeah.
Her last scene, looking at Dr. Hardy's picture, that was great. So that was a great thing, I thought. So we'll see what happens, I guess, with that.
Yeah, and it'll be curious to see how it ends with Paul saying that he killed Sabrina. Whether that means just like through his inaction or for some reason that she died, or he's really going to confess everything to Tracy.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, right?
Yeah.
Now, folks, we're going to open up the phone lines if Lexi is okay with that. They're itching to talk to you.
Open them up.
They're itching to talk to you. Itching. So we're going to open those up. Now, Alexis, I did have those 2 clips. I want to show one of those clips if I can.
Yes, I can do that.
You can choose either one. Just pick a clip.
Sure. Oh, man. You're going to make me choose?
Yeah, I'm making you choose just one of the 2.
Also, hi, Lexi. I'm Alexis in the booth.
Alexis and Lexi.
Okay, cool.
I know. They usually know me as, is it the voice from God? I'm like, no, it's just Lexi.
Actually, we'll show both.
Eating Doritos.
Actually, we'll show both clips because this actually makes my point. They're both really fast.
Yeah.
Here we
They're
go.
like 45 seconds each.
Yeah.
Good. We have time. All right. Just give me a second.
It's a great pause.
I know, it's like,
what I want or who I am. You showing up here, acting like you care, it just makes things worse.
This is what happens when you make me open
I know, it's like,
phone
sorry, close the phone line, close it.
I can't do it now.
Oh, God, dang
I wish
it.
there was something I could do to make it.
I know that happened.
I'll do it for the next
But I
video.
Okay. Because we got to see the kiss. Got to see the kiss.
Okay, how about I pause it for a second?
Pause it for a second. You guys, hold the phone lines for me. They're getting closer. They're getting closer,
Guys,
everybody.
I love you all.
Suspense.
Just a second.
Just a second, you guys. I want to show these.
And.
Here we go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. I've been
Yes.
waiting for this forever. Yes. Yes. It's so beautiful.
There you go.
Good. Touchdown. Goal.
Is she that much taller than you in real life?
I'm pretty sure. I'm
Okay.
pretty tall.
Because she looks so tall next to you. I was like, okay.
right.
Now, here's the other one. Here we go.
Oh, I like how you're doing back to back.
That's right. That's what I
Sexy
do.
time.
There you go. He's so good looking. It's crazy.
It's
Pressuring you.
dumb.
It's dumb. Look at me.
Beautiful.
Look at that smile.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, melting hearts all over the world.
Okay. It's a great body and everything. That's right.
Totally different, you know.
No, it is. No, both. They're very different. Okay. Look at the music, too.
Yeah, that old, like, brown cow music.
So I just want to show that piece there, too. Just like you have, Kristina's doing both these days on the show, so.
Is it getting hot in here
She's
or
figuring
what?
it out.
She's figuring it out, but she got 2 good choices. I mean, Pretty Lady and Hot Man. I mean, that's.
Why?
Dear God.
It's like,
So
it's
the
like,
funny thing about this scene
Tell
is, because I had a sex scene like when I was on the show previously,
Yes.
but like because I was underage, it was just like insinuated. So I haven't had like a bra.
Oh, okay.
Well, I did. I guess no. My first episode on the show, I did, but he takes it off in this scene, and he asked me the question because I've never had to do anything more. Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let this play. I'm just gonna let it play.
Yeah, so
Whatever.
the
Yes.
unhook right there.
Yes.
So he, as we're just like talking about the scene, he's like, so what are you gonna have underneath? And I was like, that's a good question.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I didn't think about it. And wardrobe didn't.
You're
think,
all breasts, you know, underneath nipples.
No, wardrobe didn't think about it either.
Oh.
And I guess like I don't know what other people do on the show because I didn't ask them.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you wouldn't have mentioned that, like I would have just been like. Everyone would have seen my boobs. And so I had to ask wardrobe. I was like, "Can I have some pasties or something to put like?" But I didn't. There was nothing in my dressing room, and I was like, "Oh my god, thank you." And he's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said anything."
That's a guy thing to say too. I love it. That's cute.
But it was a gentleman move. That he was like asking.
I'm so glad. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm so glad that there wasn't like a tour coming by because there's a glass pane behind me. So if they saw this video coming by, they're like, "Look, all the live shows." Oh wait, she's watching something sultry.
Yeah, sultry.
Mm-hmm.
That's
or porn. Whatever.
Porn.
Right.
Oh, we got a phone call. Let's get the first phone call in.
Sure, here we go. Hello, you're calling into AFTERBUZZ for General Hospital Report. Say your name and where you're from, everybody.
Hi, Alexis. It's Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. I knew immediately that it was you.
Yes, it's Cheryl. That's so funny. Okay, Cheryl, what do you got to say?
I just want to say hi, Lexi. You are one lucky, lucky girl.
Hi.
I work with Ashley and, I mean, you got both sides of the coin there. Both hot.
I know, and I kind of like both. I kind of just like, I want to keep both of them around. Is that
I
okay?
am hoping that they go. I'm hoping they go with the bisexual storyline, so we can keep both around.
Yeah.
I think that would give good. I think that would give good storyline for years, though. Like it would give her a good storyline to go for a while.
I have one question though.
Yes.
When Ashley was originally on as Parker, wasn't she pregnant?
Yeah.
Yes.
She was.
So how awkward was that, working around the baby bump?
That was definitely the most interesting thing that I've ever had to do in my acting career. Because like I've kissed girls before on screen, but the extra thing was that she was pregnant. She had a living person inside of her, and I obviously I did like. I couldn't think about that, but like when in between takes, like I remember one time she like put her hand on her stomach, which reminded me like there's a child in there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so strange.
You lean in for the kiss and you get a kick.
That would have been, yeah, that didn't happen, but that would have been.
Okay, so you have always been Kristina Davis to me. I know there was somebody else there, but I mean I know it, and I know why they did it, because they had that whole like marriage storyline and so forth, and you do look so young, but she was never Kristina to me. I couldn't get past that. I never even called her Kristina Davis because she was so not you. She was just that girl named Kristina.
Yeah, we were different. Yeah.
Anyway, good luck and have fun, and I hope that everybody calls for you, because I know they've been waiting anxiously in the chat room for you to get there.
Well, thank you for calling, and
keep up the good work.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank
Bye.
Bye-bye.
To the next call.
Alrighty, hold on. And they hung up.
Oh. Because in here, we were trying to call through, so I mean, you can call through, folks. There we Did you feel the baby cake? She didn't feel the baby cake.
It's okay. That was kind of interesting, making out, and then all of a
I
sudden,
know,
hey, look,
baby cake. I know.
Oh, here we go. We got two. Left or right?
left.
There you go. Perfect. I was going to say you pick.
All right. Thank you for calling the GH Report. You are live on the air. Please say your name and where you're from.
Hi, it's Simran from Florida.
Simran.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Hey, everybody. Hi, Lexi. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. First, I want to say happy anniversary to the GH Report.
Thank you.
Yay,
Thank
1
you.
year.
Thank you. Yeah.
Here's
Thank
to
you.
a whole bunch more.
Yes, thank you very much.
So, first I want to say I love you. You are Kristina Davis, but however many names you are the one and only. I mean,
Freaking
there
long
was
name, isn't it?
She was married.
Lizzie Morgan, I think was her name.
Yeah, that was her name.
Yeah.
Pretty actress
Lizzie
and
Morgan.
everything.
She plays Raven on the 100. So I think she's awesome, but she was never Kristina.
Okay.
You are awesome. And I adore your scenes with. I like the Corinthos family bonding moments. When Sonny and Carly are not being hypocritical, but that's okay because they're father. But I loved the highlight, scene or day for me was you and Morgan bonding and calling each other screw ups and just being. It was so relatable. I have two brothers, and we always joke and stuff like that, and call each other names and stuff like that, and I loved it how you guys were supporting each other. I thought that was great. And Brian Craig is leaving. I'm so sad.
She loves Brian Craig. That's your
I'm
man.
so sad. Hopefully we get like another sweatpants scene with him because it's upsetting.
Sweatpants scene.
He has a cute butt.
He has a cute butt. The butt. That was about his butt.
Yeah.
Simran, I agree. Her scenes with Brian are great.
I don't wanna-
They're
That
really
was my
great.
favorite scene, though, the one that you mentioned. That's my favorite one that I've done with him.
Yeah, it was amazing. I remember just smiling the entire episode. I was like, yes, this is it. But yeah, I'm gonna miss Brian Craig. Okay, anyway, I was really pissed off that Sabrina got this whole big funeral thing going on. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it was sad because of Felix. I felt like you guys said, it was sad because of Felix and Epiphany. But, like, they just kept having Michael cry. Not that, Chad Duell, I think his name is, wasn't doing a great, like, he was performing his ass off. But, like, I didn't feel that connection with them, so it just felt, like, off. I didn't,
Yes. Yeah, we felt that too. But yeah, the rest of everybody else was good. It was good. Everybody was acting really well. So.
Oh, it was a beautiful funeral. I felt sad. And when I think Griffin was saying the prayer with Epiphany, I was like, what the heck? Like, so many feels.
Yeah.
And they closed the hospital. I was like, what is going on? Why is this so sad?
Yeah, it was good.
But I'm excited to see how they're going to get the hospital back up and running and stuff like that.
I agree. Well, thanks for calling in. You got to say hi to us. So thanks for calling in.
Of course. And, girl, I want your job. Heron is such a babe.
Yeah, John DeLuca is hot. He's hot.
It's not a bad job.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Happy anniversary.
Bye.
All right, here we go. Next caller. Hey, you're calling into the GH report. You are live on the air, so please say your name and where you're from.
Oh, hey, everybody. It's Jamel calling from Brooklyn.
Jamel from Brooklyn. Hey, Jamel. So what do you got to say, folks? What do you got to say?
Well, first I want to say happy anniversary. I know I missed that show, but I love that you had champagne and flowers. I think it was so cute.
I think our flowers are still here. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Yes. But I want to say, too, I think I saw the chat room. I want to say, Lexi, you've been doing a wonderful job. And for me, my favorite scene is the one you have with Maurice Bernard, when you was having some, ambivalence and some fear about coming out about your situation, and you was in the hotel room, and that scene. Oh well, he saw you after you had a night with the person you love.
Yeah.
And you see, and I think that would be the Emmy. Real. I'm not a person in the industry, but I think that would be it right there because y'all went through everything. You had the sadness, the happiness, everything. It was so much in that scene. So. That is the one I love.
I like that scene a lot, just because there was such a build up to it too. Because it's like that was one of the biggest fears of telling my dad. I mean, my mom, that was hard, but like my dad, I think it's a lot more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, you and Nancy Lee Grahn always hit out the park, but when your relationship with the way you and Maurice played together, that was so different, and it was out of the stratosphere, that scene. I loved it, just how tender he was and how reassuring and just everything. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, but you're not really sure how he's going to react, though, because he's a mobster.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how Kristina felt, even though he is her dad. He could be very on the conservative side, and it was
I think
a
that's
sweet
interesting
moment.
too, because when you grow up with a parent, you just know that parent from when you were born to present.
Right.
You don't realize all the life experiences they've had before you came into their life.
You don't see them as you only see them as their parent. Exactly.
Yeah. And I think that since Bianca, I love all my children. I think since Bianca, the way they did her character, we haven't seen something so well developed the way they do in yours.
I agree.
So I'm really loving that. But I wanted to say before I go too, I'm loving this week at General Hospital. I think that again, Mark Samuel, the guy who plays Felix, he's been hitting out the park.
Yes.
I think I tweeted that he made me cry because I like Sabrina, and you know what, James, you said Emma. I think that's what somebody in the room said. If she came, I would have been in a coma. I think that if Emma would have shut down, I would have been in a coma too. Yeah, I would have.
Brooklyn Ray would have hit it out of the park. She knows how to break a heart in a second.
Yes, she.
Woo, that little girl is such a great actress. She knows how to do it.
Yes, if Fiona was there, and also they brought in the actress to play Emma, I would have been crying till today because they would have it'd have been over the top.
Yeah.
So and that also I hate that Ava, she saved her brother at the expense of people's lives. People are dying and people are still in jeopardy, and she knows what's going on, and she did that, and so it's a little crazy that Ava's turned to the dark side again. We thought she was coming along, and yeah, it's pretty crazy that she knows what's going on and she's holding on.
Yeah, I know she is. I know, it's kind of weird.
That's why we need Nicholas back.
Aww.
Oh yeah. You know what? With Tyler Christopher, and I wanted to ask Lexi too. You know, he had won the Emmy, and you know the fans were so happy that when they recast the role that maybe they'll bring him back, but then they killed off the character, and then the reports showed that he's gone, and I was like, what in the world happened? I mean, I was so shocked that he left. How did you feel when you found out that Tyler Christopher was
your cousin,
coming back?
your on-screen cousin?
I know. I thought that he was coming back, and then I picked up a magazine and I found that he wasn't. So I am just as shocked as everyone else is.
Yeah.
You don't really get noticed with those kinds of things. So it's really unfortunate that we didn't get to say goodbye.
Yeah, he won the Emmy, and then he was gone. I said, wow.
Yeah.
That's what happens. This is business. That's what happens, right? Well, thank you, Jamel, for calling in.
Oh, absolutely. Every chance I can get, if I can get up here after Cheryl every time. Because she beats me every time. I said, oh, my gosh. But I love it. But, yeah, I'm going to keep watching. And again, like I said, Lexi, I know she'll be up there. I know it. She's going to be up there.
Lexi's going to be nominated. She'll be nominated.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Work it out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamel.
Okay.
We're going to take one last phone call because you have to end shortly. So, Lexi, you pick which side.
I'll go right this time. Mix it up.
All right, caller, you're on the GH Report live on the air. Please say your name and where you're from.
It's Kelly from PEI, Canada.
PEI, Prince Edward Island. That's a long way away.
Got her.
Yes. So what do you have to say?
Hey, Lexi, you are fantastic on that show, girl.
Thank you.
I literally cheered for joy when you came back on my screen.
It's good to be back. I'm really happy.
It's great to have you back, girl. I have got one burning question that has been in my mind since, well, before you were born.
Oh.
What in the name of copy does Sonny traffic that is so illegal?
Wait, say that again?
Say it again.
What?
So
What's the name of copy does Sonny do that's so illegal?
What does he do that's so illegal? His business?
Yeah, what is it?
Was he shipping?
What's so illegal?
I don't know.
It's
Drugs.
not drugs.
It's not drugs? That's a good question. I don't
It's
know.
not drugs. It's not arms.
He does coffee
What the heck is it?
Coffee.
But it's...
weapons?
It's a weapon. I don't know either.
That is arms, my dear.
That's a good question. I don't know what he does is illegal. He just kind of...
It's that cat poop coffee that's hard to get, right? You know?
Colombian coffee?
Yeah.
Colombian
What
coffee.
would you put into
Crates.
some crates?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. It's a good question.
Drugs are. It's either drugs or
It has to be
weapons.
drugs. Yeah, drugs or weapons. That has to be one of those two. I think. I don't think they ever really said, did they?
I'm just working in the coffee business. So
That's right.
I don't know anything about any
You're
drugs
working with
or
Aaron.
weapons.
Yes. Oh, you like Aaron? You said.
I love Aaron.
Oh, she does.
She does. I tell you, he came out of nowhere. Like now, all of a sudden, the fans loved him. They loved him, and he loves Sonny. Apparently, he loves all Sonny's business acumen.
Yeah, a lot of people though I feel like a little bit skeptical. Like there has to be something wrong with
That's
him
what they
because
said
he's
over
too
there.
perfect.
Yes. That's
So,
what
Like,
Frank
what's
said. I
his
think.
angle? Is he undercover or something trying
I
to
don't know because
behind jail or what the heck is going on?
John and I are trying to come up with something. We're like brainstorming like what they could be doing, but I have no idea.
Now, Kelly, they're saying Sonny doesn't use drugs or guns.
That's what he says.
That's what he says.
Well, yeah.
It's Cuban cigars.
He always says he's a coffee
said that for
importer.
years. They don't do drugs or guns.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he does. It's a good question.
That's what Aaron is there. He's investigating what does
Yes.
Sonny really do.
Yeah, Aaron seems too perfect. He does seem too perfect. Something's going on there.
No one can be that perfect.
When you get back on set, Lexi, dig, girl.
Say that again?
When you get back on set, dig and what it is. Let us know.
I'm going to ask. I'm going to text Marie.
What is it you're doing?
I'll read it, yeah.
And Lacretia better lay off Sonny or Lady Ian's going to go after her.
From Florida. She's going to come get her. She's going to come get her.
Yep.
That's so funny.
And Lacretia and Frank do look great together, by the way.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so cute. Well, thank you so much again, as always, calling in. And she was one of our winners earlier, so congratulations to you. So,
I can't wait to see what picture I'm getting.
yeah, you got some fun, and it's going to be really good. So you're going to like it. But thanks for supporting us always.
I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye, Kelly.
Bye.
So no more phone calls, guys. We have to actually end the show. Even though we're gonna have Lexi on for the rest of this is good for another 2 hours. Continue talking and gabbing. One quick question I want to ask you: where's the most interesting place you've been to?
Oh wow. I think my favorite place was probably Africa.
Wow! Oh my God, it's a good favorite place to go.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's just very, very different. Because Europe, it's still pretty Western.
Yeah.
But Africa is someplace that I don't know. The nature, you're in. I just remember like waking up in the morning and going to my balcony and like there was a view of this watering hole and you just see like elephants and giraffes drinking out of the water and it's like, you're just.
Oh my God.
I don't know, just being there was awesome. And the people are amazing. That's what I loved about it the most. It was actually the people. They're so giving for some of the areas that I was in, like they weren't like the best areas. So they're just so giving for what little they have. And just completely different culture over there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We do. Lacretia and I do a thing called mini spotlights and dirty deeds here. Like they're like little weblets of shows here.
Okay.
And I did one on you, on your version of Kristina.
Okay.
So I'll retweet it to you again so you can actually see it. It's like a little 5-minute thing. I talked about your bad taste with man back in your character.
Yeah.
And stuff on showing your portrayal on how much I like it. So I want we did that for you. And she has some on like Sonny and Carly
Yeah,
and
all
Alexis.
your parents' misdeeds. You can watch my show because I did Sonny and
Yes.
Alexis.
Yeah, you
Sonny
did.
had to be 2 parts because it was so long.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So yeah, we'll get those to you so you have it. Thanks for
Yes.
coming on.
Thanks for having me,
You're
guys.
so cute.
Yeah.
We're so glad you came on. And that camera there, tell folks where they can find you on social media.
Underscore Lexi Ainsworth, and that's the same as Twitter.
Yes.
And I have Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook page. And I'm working on my website.
They are? Okay, very good. Okay, coming soon. Website coming soon.
I have one, but I'm updating it soon with new photos.
Oh, good.
And all that.
It's hard to
Any
do.
fan events anytime soon?
Oh, yeah, good question.
I don't, but I should. I should do one. Let me know where I should.
Tell her where she
Yeah, tell me where I should go.
And maybe she'll come up. She'll show up one day.
Maybe I'll show up.
I like that.
There you go. Just even if it's your house. Just
Yeah,
your house.
just
Just
come over.
tweet Lex your address. Why don't you come over and say
When you
hi.
guys die, she did that. She's knocking on the door and there's like Lexi Ainsworth sitting there, hi, I'll do your laundry for you. I'm like, here you are, here I am.
You don't want me to do your laundry. Yeah.
That's so funny. So Frank, tell folks where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie, and then check me out every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock at iOS with my improv team Max if you're here in Los Angeles.
Oh.
And of course, guys, I'm Lacretia Lyon, so you can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one. And watch me and Frank talk comics live here at 6 p.m. and Book Circle online, AfterBuzz's sister network.
Yes. And you can follow me at James Lott Jr. all over the universe and the interwebs. Just type my name in, Google me. You'll find all the 8,000 things that I do, like my radio shows.
James Lott Jr.
Just keep Googling me. That's all. I mean, I have podcasts, I have websites, I have blogs, I have radio shows. And stay tuned for Restless Wrap Up with Lacretia and her peeps, and me later on for Bold Breakdown for Bold and Beautiful After Show. Thank you, Lexi. Thank you, everybody. We love you guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.